Hello, everyone. This is Sherelle, and I'm filming from a very windy and overcast Bahamas. I am in Savannah Sound at the moment, and let me just show you a little bit of what my view looks like. So that's where I am at the moment. Very cloudy, very windy. And this is a PSA to encourage you to support small businesses, whether it's where you are locally or especially if you are visiting an area, if you're coming from another country. I want to encourage you to please find out what the small businesses are in that local community and support those businesses. I have been a entrepreneur for 18 years, and at the time of me starting my business, I worked in a very secure government position. And at the time, there was a lot of talk about starting your own businesses, about taking the leap of faith, and just stepping out there and doing what you love to do. And I did that. This was the end of 2017. Sorry, the end of 2008. The end of 2007 was when I actually resigned from my position. And as you know, the global world recession happened in 2008. So I was beginning entrepreneurship back then at a very, very difficult time. And in the almost 18 years since, business has not really improved for me. I now have a regular job, what we call regular job, meaning that work for someone else. And I have not been able to support myself, sustain myself just from my business alone. This job where I work for someone else, I got off at 11 last night, got up this morning and hit the road shortly after 6. I had planned a shelling trip as well as getting some filming done and getting some other things done. I had planned this well a week in advance and got up this morning to the sound of the rain and the wind. So I still left home, drove. This is about almost an hour away from where I live, just trying to explain what the life of an entrepreneur, especially in a place like this, what life is. So I got up this morning, came out, still intend to, if it clears up a bit, to do some shelling, to do some filming. And I've made a list of other things business things that I want to do in this area to make it worthwhile, because entrepreneurs really have to make the best use of their time. But I want to encourage you to support local small businesses. With local small businesses, you directly get to see and know how the money that you spend affects these businesses. I can tell you, when I have customers, I can say, this is going to pay for my lunch. This is going to pay for helping to do repairs on my property where I live. This is going to pay for bills. When you support local small businesses, you directly see that effect. big businesses that are mass producing, and their focus is a little bit different. Yes, they employ people. They employ people who need their jobs. There's no disputing that. But this is just an encouragement that if you want to really affect local businesses where you either live or you travel to, I would encourage you to do that. One of the things that I had always loved was hosting. And I'm hosting now females only because it is hosting in my home, and I do tours of the island for the females who live with me. And this is really what I thought, or probably what Airbnb was originally intended for. In the Bahamas, where tourism is big business in the country, we rely on tourism. And one of the programs that I had initially been involved in was the People to People program, which is similar to a hosting program. I just took that program a little bit further, and now I have hosting where I provide accommodations. But Airbnb is what I had thought would be more authentic and more focused on locals and focused on sharing experiences with local businesses. Airbnb now, it is such a big and global business, but it seems to have lost its original intent, where you have a lot of the hosts who don't live in that area. They are just buying up properties to rent, and it takes that personality out of hosting. It takes that personality out of being in a place. Mind you, definitely there are some travelers who that's what they're seeking. They want an Airbnb for the purposes of probably getting business done or vacationing in an exclusive sort of setting. But my program, my Live with a Local program, is for the traveler who want to immerse themselves in local culture. One of the things that I do is that I own a gift shop and I make jewelry. And this is something that I think, okay, if you're traveling to a place, you're staying with a host, if there is a gift shop there that you can purchase souvenirs, then that's wonderful. I've made this necklace that I'm wearing. I've been wearing this for about 15 years. This is one of the first jewelry pieces I've made. And these items are sourced from the local area. This is the conch foot. These are shells. The earrings that I'm wearing is mother of pearl, and these were not made by me, but these were made by another Bahamian jewelry maker. So I like to support other Bahamian jewelry makers and small business owners. But in my hosting program, it involves me showing you the gift shop, showing you where I source my items, because we would be on a tour like today, overcast as it is, we would be on a tour to just show the women in my program the local area. As an author, a lot of my stories are based in the Bahamas on Eleuthera. So in my books, you will be able to see the very scenes where you are. So I think that's unique, that's authentic, to travel to a country, to read stories that have been set where you are currently sitting, where you're having lunch, where you can visit. Those things I think make traveling special, makes it unique to that particular place that you are. So, not knocking Airbnbs, but when you look at the fact that on Eleuthera, we have so many Airbnb rentals, and these rentals are, for the majority, they are not owned by local Eleutherans. So again, a PSA from Enchantment to please support your local businesses. I hope to see you soon.